Hi everybody, welcome to Kate's Space. I am going to do a flip through of Brylee's journal. It's pretty much finished, but you know how it is when you've had something hanging around in your room for days and then you shove it somewhere to get it out of the way. Well, I've done that with my little Pixie K printouts that I put. They're my little logos that I put in the back of my journals. Anyway, I can't find it anywhere. So there's still that to do, just a little cluster at the back, and then I'm just got to finish this writing board that she may or may not use, but I just wanted to give her the option, so I will finish that today. But if I film this, then I can wrap it up and I don't have to, you know, and I can get it all done without having to worry about it. The light's not great today, but that's what we've been given, so that's what we're going with. I don't want to turn the lights on because it's just so glary. Anyway, as you know, if you've been following along, we made the cover. It's a 7 signature 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and it has, I don't know, I haven't counted the pages, about 200 I think, 200 pages. I made this lovely lace pocket with some lace that my mum had given me, and I dyed with some avocado dye. And some of you who've watched my videos, you'll know that Brylee had said I don't want any strange people in my journal, you know, those pretty ladies that you make things with. So I said no, I won't do that, but I have done this. This is actually Brylee's great-grandmother, so this is a copy of a picture of her, and I've made one of those sort of fold out tags, so there's more journaling space for her here. And also there's a little pocket in the side here. I haven't put anything in that, so I don't know whether she'll ever find that, but that's okay. So yeah, so that's just made out of some quite old sort of ledger paper. Nearly finished that book actually, and a rusty paper clip, so she may or may not use that, but I thought that was funny that she said I don't want any strange people in it. But there you go, there's her great grandma, so my mum's mum. Okay, so you may remember we used this little greeting card, a doily, some dry embossing up here. The digitals are primarily from Nicola at the paper Cameo. I'll link her in the description box. Some lace, this lovely trim from Jodie Lloyd Webb. This is the napkin decoupage that we did together in the decorating the pages video. A little bit of stitching just to sew this pocket, and a couple of little index cards just for some extra writing space. Nothing earth-shattering there, but just a little bit of something to put in that pocket. I've lined the back of this embossing here because some of it cut through the paper because it's quite thin, with another one of the digitals from Nicola, the paper Cameo. Our little frill on here is just so pretty. Our calendar pages with this beautiful image here, and a little bit of writing space as well. These children collecting apples. A little fold out of the, I left as many fold outs as I can because I wanted her to have lots of space. There's another little pocket here with, this is with our texture paste stenciling that we did. Another frill. This is the gold embossing. I love how this has turned out, and yeah, it's really pretty, and I'll definitely be doing that again, especially with Christmas coming up. Some more texture paste at the top of the page here. This is a little tip-in that I did, I think. Oh yeah, I know what I've done here. I added it to the doily that is wrapped around that whole signature. That's and underneath here I just did a little bit of my own sort of journaling. I did a bit of something that was similar to what I did in my own personal journal. So this is a picture of Brylee, and this is that beautiful quote that I used in my July journal. I thought she might like it, and I don't know, it just gives her an example of the sort of things you can do to add papers and pages. And that's the back of that signature, the texture paste on the beautiful vintage greeting card. This is some avocado dyed grid paper with a bit of dry embossing at the top there. I love this page out of this poetry book, which is about these three poets. The cream with the beautiful texture paste on it, and there's enough room there for her to journal, from 1947. Oops, it's wiggling around a bit there. Just a little snippet of lace on this pocket. And this is the beautiful ledger that I got in Melbourne quite a while ago now. I put these little crocheted trims that have also been avocado dyed, put them up on here just as some decoration and a little bit of tab, something poking out the top. I popped this little dangle that I made, just safety pinned it onto this frill. A little bit of extra prettiness, more texture paste, and then just some vintagey papers and another digital printout there with a little bit of gold on that one. The rest of that gold trim, which is just so beautiful. Another little bit of texture paste. This one folds out, and also added some more of that ledger, and I've just tucked it in here. Brylee can use it or not for extra journaling. I forgot I had this, and so I thought that looked quite nice over this, so she can either glue it down or write on it, or I don't know, anything really. So yeah, I just sort of glued that in like that, quite like that. And then on this page over this poem, I've done a really big piece of the stenciling with the texture paste. It looks so pretty, I love it. Some more of the avocado dyed grid paper, and then this flips out. So this is one of the digitals from the cottage kit by the Paper Cameo Nicola. A little bit of beautiful embossed paper that was sent to me by Jodie Lloyd Webb. She sent me a lot of the things that I've used in this journal. It was one of the lovely packages she sent. Another of the crochet sort of tabs at the top of that tea stain paper, and some more of the texture paste, some different avocado dyed sort of grid paper there, different size grid, some pages out of a 1927 diary. They've been reinforced with tape. Some more of the calendar pages, and then this is a lovely little tuck here, and I embossed this envelope. This envelope and note card was given to me by my sister. It's just a beautiful cream colour, and again Brylee can choose to do some journaling in there and tuck it away. But I thought that looked really cute poking out of there, and I love this image. It's one of my favourites from that kit. Right, more ledger, more out of my book that I've nearly finished. This book, it's a pharmacy schedule. So prices of each of the different drugs from the 50s, and I just love it. Anyway, texture paste. I use one of my washi stickers. I always forget to use those, and they look so pretty, and such a simple way to decorate a journal without it getting bulky. So I must remember that in future. Then I needed to reinforce this, so I used some of my big wide beautiful washi tape, so that adds a decorative touch as well. Then I thought, oh, I'd quite like to use some of my little cigarette cards, so I've just stapled that onto that little flap there, so she can take it off or do whatever she wants. That's that lovely lace. Yeah, so I love how this diary, this journal, there's actually that white that's embossing powder, and again it's got a real gloss to it, but it's very pretty. Yeah, I love how this journal has sort of developed and turned out. I'm really pleased with it, and I think Brylee will find it really good for writing in. Another little tab there with some of that left over, and some more embossing, texture paste. Another one of the digitals from the cottage kit with some beautiful gold embossing up the top. And I lined that actually with some paper from Kylie Paper Daisy Journals, I think from one of her wallpaper kits. some more gold embossing here. And there's a little bit of a pattern coming through on this avocado dyed paper. You may or may not be able to see it. Maybe not. Some coffee dyed note paper, some very lightly tea dyed paper, and another beautiful glass bead dangle. And then again the dangle in the center that I put on, and we did that when we sewed the pages in that video. I love that, it's so pretty. And there's the napkin, other napkin decoupage. More avocado dyed paper and another sticker on there. More of the embossing and a digital image. The little note paper with a little bit of embossing on the top. Love how that turned out. Another tab with that gorgeous crocheted avocado crocheted lace and some embossing. Beautiful old ledger from 1922. It's French. Lynn gave me that. And there we have some more of the gold embossing. Sorry, it's getting repetitive. This flips out, so this is the other part of that beautiful vintage greeting card, which I love, and a little bit of embossing on that pink music manuscript paper. Bit more washi tape down the center there, and some more of the white embossing powder. This beautiful frill from the fabric that's on the front of the journal. Another beautiful floral image from the kit. This folds out so there's lots of room to write on both sides. And then that's the rest of that little bit of note paper. I just put that little hand sewn ruffle there. And when we did the ruffles, I showed you how I hand sewed those in that video. Another floral image, more texture paste, another sticker. Gorgeous, beautiful frill. So delicate, that fabric. I popped this page in, which is an image from the Graphics Fairy, just printed onto some butter paper, which is it's a beautiful, creamy, light sort of tracing paper. This is some beautiful music paper with lots of texture paste, and I really wanted to use this frame, so I popped that there. There's a little sort of pocket here, and that music paper is so smooth. I mean, and she could write in here if she wanted to, or stick something in. My favourite wallpaper, given to me by Lynn, which I hoard and hoard, but I thought, oh, this is for Brylee, she can have some. It's so pretty, and it's just got such a lovely texture, and it's not vinyl, it's beautiful paper. Some lined paper. The other side of this music paper, just with a little stamped rose and a ticket, and there's a little pocket there if you want to pop something in. Beautiful old postcard that I've just stitched that fabric to and turned into a bit of a flip, something you can write on. That butter paper. I sewed some lace on here with a zigzag, and I've just left it like that. I thought I worried about how it was straight, and then I just thought, no, don't care. Some more of that beautiful embossing, a much bigger piece of powdered embossing there, heat embossed, and it's just turned out beautifully. And I love the way it actually fades out like that. That folds out. Beautiful image here. This is a page out of my favourite little book that is slowly becoming depleted, called The Language of Flowers. And it's quite old, and I've saved this picture for so long, and it's going in Brylee's journal because the other side of it has her birthday on it. So there we go, it was meant to be. Some more texture paste, another beautiful image from that kit. Avocado dyed paper, old vintage diary, some more gold embossing at the top there, music manuscript. This is actually from Floral Ledger, this one and the other one that lines the dry embossing. It's the same creator, Nicola, from the paper cameo, but it's called Floral Ledger. It's beautiful. and looking forward to making some more things with that one. Here's a big piece of texture paste, and in that is some gold paint, and I love how that looks. It doesn't look like really shiny gold, but it doesn't look yellow either, or I don't know, it does look gold. Anyway, I love how it turned out. Some tea stain note paper that folds out, and another ruffle here sewn, and this lifts up so she can write underneath it, and that's just fussy cut out of some ruby and pearl wallpaper printable. And another little tea card stapled up there. Some more space for writing, and the last couple of pages. This one has a lovely texture paste on it. And there we go, January the 12th. Sweet Alison, worth beyond beauty. So there we go. And that's the end. And this is where my little cluster normally goes with Pixie K Designs, but you know, I can't find any of them, so I think I'm going to have to print the whole lot out again, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. So there we go, and that's the back. And I love how this has turned out, and I really hope Brylee will like it. And yeah, she will be writing in that very soon, because I will be seeing her tomorrow and giving it to her, and tomorrow is the last final performance for the show she's been in for the last 4 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks. So she'll be exhausted, but yeah, I'm really happy to be giving it to her. And also a bunch of flowers will be arriving at the theatre tomorrow for her, so that'll be nice, and hopefully she'll feel loved and special. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series, making this journal, and some of you may have made a journal along with me. Maybe you've learned something, maybe you haven't. That's fine. I appreciate you watching. Any feedback is appreciated, and I really appreciate your very kind comments. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye.